Hey everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I'm reviewing this musician audio Pegasus digital analog converter. This one is R2R digital analog converter that a lot of people are crazy about. And I have a few different systems like in different rooms in this house. So my main system is this KEF R11 with this Dano PMA S611 integrated amplifier with Sony HAP-Z1ES music server digital analog converter. So I really enjoy all of my system, and this one is so far my favorite that I had, and I really like the way that they come together with great synergy and creating phenomenal soundscape and skill that I can enjoy my music. So I will put measurement graph right here so you can see it, the frequency response in this room, which is pretty good in my opinion. So this musician audio Pegasus digital analog converter build quality is very good. Full aluminum structure with very thick aluminum sheets, probably like ½ inch or so, or a little less thick on each of these aluminum panels. Overall fit and finish and quality is this is the brushed aluminum finish and very nicely done. It may not be screamed for a very high-end look, but it almost there. All the digital inputs probably that you will ever need. I mean, this one doesn't have a Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, which I'm not a big fan of wireless streaming or Bluetooth streamings and all the stuff. Right now, this DAC is in standby mode. Let me turn that on. It's going to be ready very quickly. All the settings will be stored even if you unplug it from the wall. And these input selections can do coaxial, optical, and AES input selection can do 24-bit 192 kilohertz DSD64 over PCM. True high-res inputs gonna be USB and I2S only. So USB and I2S can do 1536 kilohertz for PCM, DSD1024, which means this is the true high-res digital analog converter with fully balanced design, featuring far filters and really good quality power supply. And also the power supply is worldwide voltage, so you don't have to worry about using this component in different countries. And next thing is this NOS button. When this little light is on, that means not oversampling. But when you turn this off, that is the oversampling is gonna kick in. 1 time, 2 times, 4 times, and 8 times. You can see it here. It depends on what kilohertz or what resolution we are getting inside this DAC. And this side is DSD light. Whenever you feed in DSD signal, this light will comes on. So that is a very simple and straightforward operation, only 3-button operation. This one doesn't have anything in the back like other DACs, like a power button switch or any small buttons that do the setting. Very simple to operate digital analog converter that get the job done for all your high resolution digital music playback. For the price point of $1,100, that is a great bargain in my opinion. So that is a future proof that you can have in this price point. My music selection is very diverse and I listen to a lot of different music. I went through all kinds of genre. So I really like the way that they sound with Charlie Hayden music. I mean, all the piano notes and all the cello, upright bass, they all sounded organic, musical. Those string instruments, I can even feel the way that string vibrate, and along with it, there is like a, tone and the movement that I can feel it from the body of the cello or upright bass. That's really organic sounding, like realistic sounding on that kind of instruments. This one is really good on that kind of music, strings and pianos, and they sound really good. The jazz, everything. I tried Metallica, Tool, I mean a lot of heavy metal, and they sounded very good. AC/DC, they sounded very good as well, like Who Made Who or Highway to Hell. I tried that. They sounded like a little softer than I'm used to, but it's more like easier to listen, I would say. So overall, soundscape and scale is pretty deep and rich soundscape that I can totally enjoy listening to. Tonally very rich and accurate sound, yet very musical, I would say. Musical sound is pretty good with some music. It sounds like incredibly beautiful soundscape and skills and vocals and voices that I can enjoy listening to this DAC. So incredibly good price and performance ratio, I would say, if you are going after that kind of organic, natural feeling sound signature without harshness or without a lot of overly exaggerated frequency range. Could be really good choice for your music enjoyment if you really like that kind of sound signature. So this one doesn't even come with the remote control. Very simple. All you have is this few buttons at front. That's all you have. Input selectors, power on and off, and NOS switch. Sincerely, I would like to remind you, a lot of digital analog converters try to make it louder, then you get the impression of this. They have a better sound. So this one is none of that. Overall sound quality is very organic, natural, with nice warmish sound signature, yet very good detailed sound reproduction and very good frequency response from top to bottom. Highs are very enjoyable, very well extended, but I like to have a little bit more instrument separations and a little bit more space between the notes. Bass performance could be a little tighter and faster, and a better attack in that lower bass region. I will appreciate if they can do a little bit cleaner sound reproduction from lower bass sound reproduction with this DAC, and also have the a little bit of forwardness in upper mid-range and mid-range area. Bass performance could be better. Highs can be a little bit more spacious and more space between the notes. Mid-range can be a little bit toned down a little bit, and less forward sounding will make them even more musical and natural and organic sounding. Other than that, I have no problem enjoying my music with this digital analog converter. And also, I would like to mention that when you're playing, like, for example, like Grace Maya's Sunny track, Last Live a Dark album, that track, the music is very fast and a lot of instruments come and go, and that kind of a complex music passages, the sound stage is a little less than I would appreciate. Other than that, regular music, everyday music, pop music, online streaming, they all sounded very good and organic and natural with very musical tone to it. So overall, I can totally recommend it to anyone who is looking for this price range and this kind of R2R digital analog converter. And if you are wondering how this will compare to Aries 2, so if I remember it right, this Pegasus digital analog converter use better parts than the Aries 2 and probably better power supply too. For time being, I really like this design and sound quality that this one can produce. This one is somewhat comparable to like a good sounding analog sound reproduction from your turntable with very good phono stage. So to summarize, the sound signature of this Pegasus digital analog converter is like a sound structure and signature is very good musical sound and organic feeling to it. Yet it has a wide and deep sound stage with overall rich tonality that you can totally enjoy your music. So all my music listening I went through with USB input and XLR balanced output. I didn't use the oversampling. My NOS switch is always on. So meaning This I always use the straightforward, whatever the computer is feeding them. That's how I listen, and that's how you will hear my sound sample in this system. So in the future videos, I will be doing a little bit of comparison with other DACs that I have. I will show you how they compare to each other, and I will let you hear that. And time being, I totally enjoy listening to this DAC in this system. I think this one is very good choice for many people who is looking for organically rich and musical soundscape and very good sound structure with the overall rich tone and deep soundstage. That's how I will summarize it. Very good sounding digital analog converter. Very enjoyable sound signature to it. I can totally recommend it to anyone who is looking for this price point. Highly recommend it. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly led me to you. Look at the sky. That's the color of love. There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly came down from above. He led me to you. He led me to you. He built the bridge to your heart all the way. How many times I've left side, oh, I can't say.